BYBIT is a cryptocurrency trading platform offering spot trading and derivatives trading with a focus on margin trading, offering up to 100x leverage on a range of trading pairs. A perpetual contract is a sort of futures contract that has no expiration date, unlike the traditional form of futures. As a result, anyone can hold a position for as long as they like. Aside from that, the trading of perpetual contracts is based on an underlying index price. Here we're on the BYBIT homepage, and it's the derivatives trading that we'll be focusing on in this video. There are three ways in which you can trade derivatives. The USDT Perpetual, which is simply perpetual contracts using USDT as the collateral. So you would need to transfer USDT to your account in order to trade USDT perpetuals. Inverse perpetuals, however, are contracts using the actual coin itself as collateral. So if you want to trade the DOT contracts, then you would need to transfer DOT to your account in order to trade that contract. And the inverse futures are simply contracts using the actual coin itself as the collateral. In this video, we will be using the USDT perpetual contracts. And here we have a list of the various contracts available to trade on this platform. A decent selection, I would say. Now, if you decide you want to earn $40 by simply opening a BYBIT account and trading over the next couple of weeks, then keep watching. If not, just skip over to the next section. And so for the purpose of this video, we're going to trade Solana. If you do decide once you're on the trading platform, you want to trade something else, you can just click right here to bring up the list of the various trading pairs. BYBIT actually uses TradingView for their charting. So if you're familiar with TradingView, then these are the same drawing tools available for you as with TradingView. We have the various time frames right here. We have the indicators here. So if you want to add any of your favorite indicators, you're going to click on this to pull up your moving averages or your MACDs, whatever it is you like to see on your charts. So in this case, I am big on my moving averages. So if I say MA will bring up moving averages, and I can pull up as many as I need to, and right here customize them with the setting button as I see fit. Okay, but we'll kind of keep these off the charts for now. Okay, so going straight over here, to enlarge your charts and get rid of the order book right here, all you do is click right on this particular one there, and you can get it back. Okay, so this is the order book that shows all the various trades going on. Also, this is a nifty little feature here. If you're completely new to trading on BYBIT, you can always click on this video, and it shows you a video on making your very first trade on BYBIT. The cross simply tells you that under this particular option, all available balances of your corresponding margin accounts will be deployed to meet maintenance margin requirements and prevent liquidation. So all this says is once you click on cross, and in the event of the need to be liquidated in your trades, then it will pull on funds from your other accounts to avoid liquidation. And down here is where you would set your leverage for your long positions and your leverage for your short position. With the isolated option, it says a specific amount of margin, i.e. your initial margin, is applied to a position, and position margin can be adjusted manually. So you can actually be in a trade and then decide you want to adjust your position margin. But more importantly, in the event of being liquidated, all that you're going to lose is what you have committed to the trade and no more. So we're going to go for isolated. So the other buttons are simply shortcuts to determine the amount of leverage you want to apply to your trades. So if you want to change this, you simply go in there, reduce your margin, confirm, and your margin has been changed accordingly. Okay, so the next thing we want to look at is whether we want to open a position or close a position. And of course, we want to go into a position at this point with Solana and USDT. So we're going to click on that open option. It's already there. And you always want to set up your limit trades. And of course, you can set up conditional trades. But for the purpose of this video, we're going to just use the limit trade. Because we're going into a long position, we're going to pull up the order price and how much of our available balance we want to apply to this particular trade. Now down here shows me exactly what I do have available. I have about $249 and change, and I probably just want to trade with about a quarter of what I have. So I click on that, and then I'm going to click open position. Now I'm going to bypass the buy long with take profit and stop loss, these two buttons, because I'm going to set these once I enter into the trade. Okay, so I just make sure that my order price is up to date by clicking that again and going long. It shows me the blurb. If this is what I want, then I click confirm. My entire order has been filled as it states down the bottom. Okay. So scrolling down to the bottom of our screen, it shows me my position as it stands. I have gone into a Sol and USDT perpetual contract, and with an isolated margin of 4.8, which is basically 4.8 times the amount of capital I actually put into the trade. Gives me a quantity of 1.3 Sol. So with the margin included, this is the value of my trade in USDT, my entry price. This is the price at which I will be liquidated, which simply means if price comes down to 173.245, I will lose all my money. The position margin shows me exactly what it is I have in this trade. And it says it includes the initial margin and the closing fee. So now I may add on extra margin or adjust the leverage applied to change this position margin. So I can change my leverage whilst this trade is ongoing. And right now, this is how the trade is going. I'm currently down 57 cents, which is a 0.91% loss for me right now. This is the actual amount that I am down. I'm down 0.2 USDT. And so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my stop loss. So this is where a bit of analysis comes in. So if we look on the chart, this green line here shows me exactly the point at which I entered the trade. I entered the trade right at this point, and right now that trade is going against me, but again, that's okay. So like I said earlier, I prefer to set my stop loss after I've gone into the trade. Now this is the trading style that I use, and this can differ for different types of trading. For instance, if you're a scalper, then you probably want to set your take profit and stop loss on entry into the trade, because trading action with scalping is just that much faster. So now I'm in a long position with Sol, and I'm on a 5-minute chart. So this is a 5-minute chart. And looking at my various points of support and resistance, we can see that price action has broken below this line of support right here. This line of support is down. I would put it down here. So now I've drawn in 3 lines of support, and we have another line of support right here. And this will help me decide at what point I want to begin to exit my trade. So now I've drawn in my lines of support. I can decide to exit my trade if price action falls below line of support 1, line of support 2, line of support 3, or line of support 4. It just depends on your trading style. For me, I would like to get out of this trade if price action comes down to this particular line of support or down within this zone. Then that would be a sign of at least a temporary reversal, and I would want to cut my losses and get out of the trade. So I'm going to click on add. I'm going to set my take profit to something a little adventurous, say 100%. And then I will set my stop loss to something a little on the high side, which is like 50%. Okay, I'll click confirm. And the reason why I did that is because I'm going to adjust my stop loss right to this level or to this zone as I previously determined. Now my stop loss I set pretty low because I don't want to accidentally be ejected from my trade. And so I'll condense this chart. And on condensing it, there's the stop loss down there. Now I don't want it all the way down there, so I want to pull it up to coincide with the point that I'd previously determined. And I'm going to do the same for the take profit. So my take profit will be somewhere way up there, intentionally put there so it doesn't take profit before I'm ready to, whilst I'm fixing up my stop levels. So now I'm going to pull it down there and put my chart back into position. Okay, so the question is, at what point do I want to take profit? Now that varies for different traders, just depends on what your goal is for any particular trade. So where you decide to set your take profit is just completely up to you. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to set it just above the all-time high for the day. So I'm going to pull it down and put it there. Okay, so there it is. There's my stop loss down here, my entry point up here, and right here is my take profit. And if we look at my position right now, stands negative 6% or thereabouts. That's $3.60. So this obviously is not a short-term trade, and we're just going to wait on this turning in my favor. So now as the trade goes more in my favor, I can decide to move the stop loss up to my next support level. So what it does is it ensures that if trade should come against me because I've moved my stop loss up, I will reduce my losses accordingly. So again, I'm going to move my stop loss up as the trade goes more and more in my favor. And over here, it shows you exactly where your stop loss is set. Your take profit is set at the green number here, $215.30. And your stop loss is set at $211. Now, there are several ways to increase your profit, but you must also remember that the more the potential to make profit, the same is the potential to make a loss. I could have decided to increase my margin, or I could decide to go in with more capital. Again, this is trading on margin. So the more you invest, the more there is for you to lose. So of course, you've got to know what you're doing. And again, trading futures or trading perpetual contracts is really not for newbies. So if you're really new to day trading or to investing generally, then I would strongly suggest, again, this is not financial advice, but I would strongly suggest that you stay away from trading on margin until you understand exactly the ins and outs of how it works. So speeding this trade up a little bit for the sake of time, we see how price action has worked its way back up until it finally hits our take profit point for a grand total of about $1.97. And after take profit was activated, price action kept running up to the upside. Perfect conditions to make a little more profit. Well, that's all, folks. I hope you've learned something from this video. And if you have, the only thing I ask is that you hit that like button, comment below, because I do use your comments to better inform me of what other content to create. Share with your friends and family. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, but most importantly, don't forget to hit that notification bell. That way you get my videos as soon as I upload them. And I'll meet you in the next video.